Hello, hello. What is up, lovely people? I am DJ Mo Mami. Welcome to the Vintage House Show Spotlight. It is International Women's History Month, and today, the day where we are recording, it is International Women's History Month Day, the day that kicks off the month, the celebrations. And I thought, who else to invite other than Evie the Cool, local Chicago DJ, international DJ, having played in other cities, other countries, and the executive director and founder of Babes Only, which I help out with, where I got my DJ start. And Babes Only is a women's organization based here in Chicago that centers women, women artists, women creatives, women party spaces. And so we're going to learn more about that, the importance of that, and Evie the Cool and what inspired her. So, Evie, why don't you give us a little bit of background on yourself?
Hi, I'm Evie, also known as Evie the Cool. It's my DJ name. I have been DJing for, it will be 7 years in May, and Babes Only will turn 6 years old in October. But I started DJing after I went through some hard times with my partner being like incarcerated and just needing an escape, basically. Like DJing helped me heal a lot, and it's like I've always loved music, and I took an interest in DJing like years prior to actually learning, but I was learning on turntables, and it was just very intricate and just a lot of work, and you know, with that, it would just take a lot of dedication and focus, and I didn't have it then. But fast forward a few years, my partner's incarcerated. I'm dealing with needing to spend my time on something that will help distract me from being sad and, encourage me and motivate me. And that was DJing. And so I was fortunate to be able to hang out at my friend's studio. It's actually like down the street. It's PZ Studio. PZ is like a good friend. But Smoko Ono was a producer there as well as he's a DJ, and I asked him if he could teach me the basics. He taught me the basics, and then I practiced for months and became a DJ. Oh my God, yes. My first gig. I love everyone's first gig stories. My first gig was at a sold out Keilani in Tokyo show at the Metro. It was, I think, May 16th. And so I remember being so nervous that I forgot the basics for like the first second. And luckily I had a friend there. She's like, "It's okay." Like, and then after that it was a go. But yeah, so every year I celebrate my anniversary on May 16th. And becoming a DJ was also very crucial for starting Babes Only. Babes Only actually started off as a mix of like different women artists, like women that I loved, but it was just my first mix of all women, and called it Babes Only, and I just really liked, no, I loved the mix. Like it was just like, this is so good. Like, okay. And then I ended up, turning it into a party in a sense. Like I had already been throwing parties for a few years, but I never had something to like put it under, I guess. And with this party, I was like, I just want it to be women based. Like I want women DJs, like, women that own businesses. Like this is an event to support women. And so a space called Union Club in LA gave me like the 4 Wednesdays in October, the first being October 5th. And that's why that's our anniversary date. But it was great. It was just lovely to see a bunch of women coming together, and like it was a great feeling, first of all, for a space to even give me that opportunity, but two, to like have support from women, and like it continue, like 5 years later we've worked with hundreds of women. Like I can confidently say hundreds of women. We've worked with, I would say, at least 100 different women DJs, maybe more, but I just don't want to get ahead of myself. But yeah, and it just continues to increase and improve, and it's like a beautiful thing. I'm grateful that this little tiny idea that I had has become something just so magnificent.
And I feel like I got my start at Babes Only. That was the first time I ever DJ'd a gig in the real world, and it was so nerve wracking. But similar to you, I was like very grateful to have women around me, like answering my questions, and women just create a space and energy where I don't feel scared to ask for help or silly for having a question and or intimidated, to go up to this, DJ who's been DJing years. And so I know a few other DJs who got their start at Babes Only, and so I want to hear from your perspective, like why not just parties that are like, oh, it's ladies' night, like why are spaces where it's not just centering women, but it's being the events are being thrown and run by women. Why is that important in today's day and age?
Yeah, well, first of all, I am a woman. And so I want to see more women in these spaces. Like, it's so great to see other women in spaces that I am working in, as far as like they're very supportive, feminine energy, just like, it's just it's more pleasant when there's women around. I'm not saying anything bad about men, but in the past, like my experiences with men, especially starting off, was a bit rough. Like, there'd be times like I was at Reggie's and I was setting up and something wasn't working properly because their mixer was like ancient. It was very old, and I knew that it wasn't me. But on the speaker, like the mic, the guy that was doing the sound was like, she doesn't even know what she's doing. And I was just like, would he have said that if that was a man, first of all? And second of all, if I'm having trouble, like, why wouldn't you try and help me? And so it's just like, just providing spaces where there's more women is comforting. Like, with Babes Only, we're never, like, we push for people to feel relaxed and not feel pressured, and to know that we're here to help them, that don't be afraid to ask a question. If you mess up on a transition, like, keep going. Like, we're very encouraging, and that's necessary for growth, and especially like with people trying something for the first time. Like, I'm happy that there's been, women that have done their first set with us. Like, that's an honorable thing with Babes Only. Like, we are honored to have you as your first set and get you, like, you're officially a DJ. Yeah. and yeah, and it's like, another thing is that I realized that I try to create things that I didn't see growing up and wish I saw. So more women ran events might be inspiring other women to see and know, like, oh, look at these women, like, they're doing it, like, I can do this type thing. And so I would say, like, just seeing a lack of women has pushed me for creating space for more women.
Totally. And I even with Babes Only, like, yeah, it's so much more than just partying. Like, these are women who are networking, learning a new skill. We do workshops, DJ workshops, or just, I remember one of my favorite memories is like our Virgin Hotel like residency, and we used to have like every Tuesday there would be like a chat. There would be women in PR, women bartenders like sharing their experience. And so it's just really great to have this collective, and where we can, yeah, most people like don't want to give people their first chance, or they feel like, oh, I don't want this like newbie on my party or my concert. But shout out to people like you who are doing that. I want to talk a little bit more about your experience with house music and DJing that. And me and you both did the My House Music Festival this summer. What was that like? And Lollapalooza. Like, we were like in all the festivals. Talk about that experience being on these big stages, playing house music, or Lollapalooza. What was that like for you?
Well, first off, with the My House Music Fest, I was just so like, I was so happy to be asked, because I'm open format DJ, so it's like I play lots of genres, and I love playing lots of genres. It makes me just feel like I can take on any type of set and stuff, and it's just like, for my house to reach out to me for a house music set, for a house music fest, it was just like, this is incredible. Like, this is amazing, because I'm so used to just being open format and all these genres and stuff, and it's just like to be welcomed to be a part of a festival for a specific genre. It's just like, it makes me feel like I'm doing a good job as an open format DJ, to a point where it's like being seen that I can also be great at just particular genres, great enough to be invited to, perform at a festival. And like, it was great. I was so happy about it. My family was happy about it. Like my mom and my uncle, like they love house music. And so, yeah, I was honored. And
it's like a Chicago like rite of passage.
yeah,
so,
I'm just like,
house
and it was great too because I think that a few weeks after the house music set, I did a trap festival set in LA, where Chief Keef was a headliner. Oh and I'm just like, this is just really cool. Like, you know, open format has just really helped me reach different points in my career that, you know, I'm just ecstatic about, like, you know. So that was great. And with the Lollapalooza thing, oh my God, especially with it being like a babes only thing. I was like, this is our second festival feature because we were featured on North Coast Fest, which was great as well. And for Lollapalooza, like, it not only being like an opportunity for me, but also for the organization to give the opportunity to other women. Like, I love being able to do that. Like, anything that is a source for Evie the Cool is also a source for Babes Only, and I try to intertwine them as much as possible. And I was just like, this is like a really big deal that we're doing Lollapalooza as Babes Only. Like, there was banners and flyers and stuff.
It was like a very surreal experience, like for me to play at Lollapalooza. And like I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else. Like we were just all like me, Evie, like we were all just running around Lollapalooza. Like, wow, we deserve this. I want to end. I always like to, end the interview on something kind of like, looking forward. Or so, what is something you're hoping to accomplish, both in Evie the Cool, but also Babes Only? What are some things in the next year? Let's manifest. Like, what are some things you want to see in this upcoming year?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, like more events and collaborations, but I would love for Babes Only to be more on a national scale consistently, as well as an international, which I know will take time, but I want the org to touch bases in different cities and stuff. And I would absolutely love if I can figure out, the funding aspect of a not-for-profit, because, it's a total of 5 of us, and the women that work with the organization, like, you guys all do a great job, and it'd be great to be able to, one, like, have a consistent pay for y'all, but also, like, a real fund to cover the expenses for the things we want to do, so we're not always having to worry about sponsors or budgets and stuff. Like, we want to be able to just know that we have that and can do what we want without having to ask for help. Or, there's nothing wrong with asking for help, but I just want to get to a point where, like, we can call shots and just know that this is happening because we said it's happening. So, I guess more building with the foundation, and then us touching bases in new places.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Evie the Cool. I'll let you get set up and take us into this, to get us into this house mix. But if you want to follow Evie the Cool, that will be at EVIE THECOOL at Evie the Cool. And if you want to follow I think you gotta just click your mic check. There we go. We're back. If you want to follow Babes Only at Babes Only Fun on Instagram, Twitter, keep up with what we're doing. Come to one of our parties. We have a month long of things for you to do: parties, events, networking events, shopping events. So, Evie, take us away.
your girl, all the things I do to you, and make you call up my name, might ask who it belongs to. If I was your woman, the things I do to you, but I'm not, so I can't and I won't. But if I was your girl.
arriver. Cette vie, on s'en fout, c'est du passé. On va pas se cacher ni se laisser tomber avant d'avoir au moins essayé. Et si tu nous laissais ce qu'il faut, le temps, l'occasion de rattraper le courant, on mettrait de côté nos tempéraments pour qui sait se retrouver comme avant. Tout ce qu'on a commun, garde-le pour toi. Ce que tu feras demain ne dépend pas de moi. Tout ce qu'on a commun, garde-le pour toi. Mais ce que tu seras demain, encore c'est moi. It seems like I've been here before tonight. It seems like I've been here before. I like to TV talk and advertise. We peddle candy door to door. And hold tight, don't make no plans. And don't talk, don't say no words. And be still, now move like this. And hold on until it kills. And hold on. And hold tight. And
he's a, she's a. Make it call Jesus. Make it fall Jesus. You know I'm with the Jesus. You see me like Jesus. Shit, take me back. I remember. So I wanna go back. Wanna go back. Wanna go back. Back. Is this where we belong? Just walking strong. Still looking long. Still for so long. Feeling so right. Vibing the night. Bumping the night. I drive through the night. As in my own. The custom Lambo. The custom Lambo. The custom Famo. The custom Lambo. I know. Why you coming at me with the flow? No. I made dough. Why you tapping at me like the flow? Girl, you wanna know? I bet you really wanna know. Can't stand me, can't blame me, can't handle me, no. I'm shit, she far away, down. Down to the party. She far away, down. Oh yeah. Ain't nothing. Oh yeah. Now she up to me, up to me.
she's homeless, she's homeless. As she stands there singing for money, la la dee la dee da, 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 la la
hurt me no more. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is love? I don't know, you're not there. I give you my love, but you don't care. So what is right and what is wrong? Give me a sign. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Why do I feel like I'm drowning? Like I'm running out of air. Why do I feel like I'm falling? When I'm nowhere near the edge. Just let me know. Can you be the one to hold and not let me go? I need to know. Could you be the one to call when I lose control?
I need your love. 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 I need your love.
Could you be the one to call when I lose control? When I lose control. 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 Could you be the one to call when I lose control? I know I can be destructive, and I can change the atmosphere. All I ask from you is patience, some patience, some patience. Just let me know. Can you be the one to hold and not let me go?
It's late and I'm awake, staring at the wall. Open up my window, head floats out the door. No one else around, the shimmer takes my eye. I lift my head, blinded by the sky. Feel my way in front, following the sound. It moves away so fast, fall down to the ground. I know there's more to come. Jump back to my
so right.